Hey, this is James, and I just wanted to reflect on a dream that I had last night that has kind of stayed with me today for some reason, and I thought this would be an opportunity to just get it out there, because it's very easy to forget the details of dreams if you don't record them in some way. So this one, I found myself having a conversation with a kid who once upon a time was friends with my younger brother. And when I say once upon a time, I'm talking 1989. So, nearly 30 years ago. And this was a kid I didn't even really know. The only reason he came into the dream was my mum was looking through photo albums the other day, and she found some old pictures of my brother Tim, and she said, and this kid happened to be in these pictures with Tim, and she said, "Who is that guy?" And I said, "That's Ben." Now, I don't know why I remember Ben's name, but I did. I just remembered him straight away as Tim's friend Ben from 1989. And so, sure enough, he shows up in my dream last night. And I was me and he was him. And I remember he had like his school bag, like a backpack, and he was munching on like he had one of those little boxes of Nerds, the confectionery, and I can't remember if he was complaining about something, but I seemed to be in a position of wanting to clarify things to him about his situation. And I remember saying, "Look, you don't have to worry about anything, all right? You've got your Nerds, you've got your book, probably reading a book, and it's in your bag, and you've got a little bit of homework to do at some point. Trust me, life's pretty good if that's your situation." But when I mentioned the Nerds, he sort of looked at me for a moment, and then he proceeded to open up the backpack. And the backpack, opens up like a normal bag, and you've got sort of the back section inside. Well, that part he sort of pulled away, and it opened up this immaculately organized inventory of packets of Nerds, and every conceivable kind, every variety of Nerds was in there somehow, and very clearly sort of labelled and sectioned and organised. He had, I reckon, something like 50 varieties of Nerds in the backpack, many of which were ones that seemed to be prototype or just completely off the books, the kinds that nobody gets to have unless you're in a sort of secret society of Nerds. And he was clearly a reseller, but not the kind of salesman who was overtly spruiking his goods. This kid clearly only sold Nerds to clients that he considered to be worthy. And the fact that I mentioned the Nerds, made some kind of reference to them, must have given him the impression that I was somebody that was worth showing the goods that he had in that bag that you would never ever know about unless he showed you. I don't remember any more after that. I just remember being amazed at how professional he seemed to be about the nerds, and also just I wanted to try them. It looked great, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about nerds today at all. I went up to the supermarket and I tried to find some, and they didn't have them. I had to settle for another form of confectionery, but something's missing today. Nerds. So anyway, that was my dream from last night. Like I said, if you don't get down these details, they'll disappear. What was your dream about?